Hi everyone. So from today we are going to give the lecture series of physics. So today I am going to start the alternating current. So actually alternating current, it is a very interesting chapter and it is very easy chapter. So if you will study this chapter, then you can easily score in the board exam as well as in your NEET exam as well as JEE Mains and JEE Advanced. So whatever I will tell you that you have to follow, that's all. It will be that easy paper. Now, so alternating current. So today we will see about the introduction, what is alternating current and that all. So now starting, I will start with what is direct current. So first we will see about the what is direct current. So direct current is nothing but direct current. So we are going to see about the direct current. So what is direct current? So direct current, the first thing we have to remember about the direct current, that it is a unidirectional current. So it will flow only in one direction. So it is unidirectional current. Second thing, that it flows only in one direction, which means only the unidirectional, flows in only one direction. Flows in only one direction. So what is direct current? So which is unidirectional current? So which can flow in only one direction. So if I will give you one example, so let us take a I am drawing the I versus T graph. So this is my I current and this is my time. So the current, this will be the time. So it will be constant, correct? So it will flow in only one direction. So if it is flows in one direction, then it is called direct current. So we'll take one more example. So I versus T graph. So this is I and that is T. So it will be, let us take as it will be only plus. So it will be plus and one more plus, and it will be as well as negative also. So it can be like this also. So it can be minus and minus. So it is T and it is I. So we have to remember, so for this direct current, so which does not have the which do not change the sign, that is called the direct current. So what is direct current? So we will also remember that which do not change the sign. Which do not change the sign, that is nothing but called the DC current. That is called DC current. So what do you mean by this line? So here, as you are able to see, so here only positive charge. So it is not going to negative. It is only in positive. So it does not going to change the sign. So it will, if it is in positive, then it can be in positive only. Then it is called a DC current. If it is in negative, then it should be in negative only. It should not be going to give the positive. So this is the difference between this is the DC current. So after that, we have a direction of current. As we already saw, direction of current cannot be changed into the DC. And what is the DC source then? So then DC source will be this minus and plus, and the current will flow in this. So this is nothing but it is called as the DC source. So hope you got the point what is DC current. So DC current is nothing but it is a direct current and it can be flows in only one direction, that is nothing but it is called a unidirectional current. So here is the example. So it can be only one direction, flowing only direction. It can be only positive, here it can be negative, so which does not change the sign, that is called the DC current. So hope you understood what is the DC current. Now we will go to see about the AC, because our topic is AC. So I will start with the AC. So first I will see what is AC. What is AC current? So just opposite of the DC current. So what is DC current? So which does not change its direction. But in AC current, it changes its direction. So which change its direction, that is called as AC current. Which change its direction called as is called as AC current. So we will see one more example. We'll see the diagram of this. So what will be the diagram for this? So if I will take, so in the DC current, what happens? So this is the I and this is the T. So in DC current, it will be only positive like this, and all will be positive. But in AC current, it should be go to negative also. So here positive, here negative, again positive, again negative. So it will be continue like this. So it can which can change its direction. So here the direction is changing. So that is nothing but it is called as the AC current. We will take one more example. So here, so like I will take triangular. So this will be plus minus IT graph. One more I will take a square wave. I will take, this is T I. So it will be from here, it will be going to here, again going to up, again going to down. So it will be plus minus. So it will be continuing this. So it will change the direction, that is called as the AC current. Hope you understood what is AC current. Now we will see the AC source. How? So this is the AC source. This is the AC source. AC source. So hope you understood what is the difference between the AC and DC current. So AC current will change the direction, but the DC current won't change the direction. Now we will see the next concept, that is called as average value. Yeah, so we'll see about the average value. So what is average value? So first we will see what is the current formula. So I is equal to dq by dt. As we already know, it is at when the current is at instantaneous. So instantaneous, correct? When the current is at instantaneous, then I is equal to dq by dt. So from here we can write the average current formula. So I average is nothing but it is q by t. So this is the formula for I average. But when it's could be with respect to like any function or any quantity which can be depend on time, then we will go to another formula. So as we already know, so I is equal to dq by dt, correct? So we know I is equal to dq by dt. So what we can write here, dq. So dq is equal to cross multiply this one. So it will be I dt. Now what we will do? We'll integrate both the side. So integration of dq is equal to integration of I dt. So what is integration of dq? It is nothing but the q. Q is equal to integration of I dt. So what I will write in here? So I will write what is the value of q? So integration of I dt. So I can write as q is equal to integration of I dt. And what is the t? So simply integration of dt. So this is the value of I average. I average. So when we have to use this formula and when I have to use this formula. So I average is equal to integration of I dt by integration of dt and one more I, that is equal to dq by dt, that is at instantaneous. So this formula is okay, we can use anywhere, but this formula we can use when the quantity or any function depends on the time. So I will write when we have to write this formula. So any function or any quantity function or any quantity which depends on time, then the average value can be calculated by using this formula. So when we have to use this formula, so we have to use this formula, I average is equal to integration of I dt by dt when there is a change, when the function or any quantity will depends upon the time, then we will calculate the average value by this formula. Now one more thing we will see. So let us take one more example. So let us take example, one more example. So if I am telling y is a function of, if y is function of t, okay, then I am asking that then find the y average, So what will be the y average? So as we already know that y is the function of y is equal to f of t. Y is the function of t. So if y is the function of t, then what is the formula? So y average is equal to nothing but it is the integration of y average is what? Y average is equal to integration of y dt by integration of dt. So this will be the formula of y average. So whenever any function or any quantity will depend on a time, then the average value can be calculated by this formula, that is I average is equal to integration of I dt by dt or anything. So if it is a function of y, then it will be integration of y dt by dt. So one more thing that I have to see in this chapter, that is the power. So power will also depend on t. So power is equal to function of t. So what will be the p average? So p average is equal to integration of p dt by integration of dt. So hope you are clear about this one. So what is the average value, and when we have to use this formula, I average is equal to integration of I dt by dt. So whenever any function or any quantity which depends on the time, then the average value can be calculated by this formula. So hope you are clear. Now we will see one question, then it will be easy for us. So question, so this has been asked in NEET 2016, I think. Yeah, NEET 2016 this question is asked. The question is, if I is equal to 3t squared then we have to find the average current. In 2 seconds. So this is the question. So if I is equal to 3t squared, then we have to find the average current in 2 seconds. So the first thing what I will get to our mind is, so we will do I is equal to 3t squared. So I is given as 3t squared. Simply we will put the value of t as 2 seconds. So it will be I is equal to 3 into 2 square, that is nothing but 2 square is 4, 4 into 3 is 12 ampere. But this is the wrong, because they are not asking about the current, they are asking about the average current. So we have to go to see which formula I have to use. So first we have to see it is depend on the time or not. Yes, it depends on time, so I have to use the I average formula as, so I average is equal to integration of I dt by integration of dt, and the integration will be from 0 to whatever the time is, so 0 to t. So what is the t? So it is 2 seconds. So 0 to t, here also 0 to 2. Now we have to put the value of I. So what is the value of I? I is nothing but the 3t square dt. 3t square dt, and integration will be from 0 to 2. And what for the dt? So it is also integration of dt, and it should be from 0 to 2. Now we have to do the integration. So 3 I am doing constant. So what is the integration of t square? So integration of t square is t cube by 3. So 3 will get cancelled, and t cube, so it is a definite integral, so I am going to put the value from 0 to 2. And in down we have integration of dt is t, and the value of the definite integral will be from 0 to 2. Now in the up we have t cube, so we will do the 2 cube minus 2 power 0 minus 0, so it will be 0. So 2 cube by here also we will do 2 minus 0, so it is nothing but the 2 to the power 3 is nothing but 8 by 2, so that is equal to 4 ampere. So in this way we have to find the I average current, not in this way, because here the question is asking about to find the I average current, so we will go through this. So I don't think any doubt is there. So let's look ahead. So I will go to next. So the next question I am telling about the one more question that has been asked in JEE Mains. So I am going to question of JEE Mains. So the question is like, so this is the current and this is the time t, and here the it will be going like as it is AC current, so it will go to plus minus. So here it has a plus 2 ampere current, and here it is a I with respect to t, and from here it has a minus 2 ampere current. Now the question is you have to find, so the question is find the I average for the full cycle as well as the half cycle. So you have to find the I average for the full cycle as well as the half cycle. So this is the question. So it has given as, so I is equal to plus 2 ampere to minus 2 ampere, and you have to find the I average for the full cycle as well as the half cycle. So how to do this question? So for full cycle, first I will go to full cycle. So I average, so that is nothing but the I. So for full cycle you have to remember that what is the full cycle for current. So it will be from here to here, it should be right. This is the full cycle, from here to here it should be the one cycle, correct. Another cycle will be from here to here. Now the 2 ampere, so for full cycle from here to here it will go, so 2 ampere minus 2 ampere. So what will be the 2 ampere minus 2 ampere? It is nothing but the 0, correct. So what will be the I average? So I average will be 0 for the full cycle. For the full cycle it will be 0. Now we'll see what happened for the half cycle. For half cycle what will the, so for half cycle it will come to till here only. So it will be, for I average is equal to, for half cycle it will be how much? It will be 2 ampere for half. Hope this much you have understood. For half, I don't think any doubt is there. Then we will go ahead. Now I am asking, yeah. So in our home, so household current, so which that is nothing but the AC current we know. So household current is nothing but it is AC current, correct. So AC current is supplied in our home. So AC current is supplied in our home. AC current is supplied in from where it can be produced? It can be produced from it can be produced from AC generator. It can be produced from AC generator. Okay. So from this one we get to remember that V is equal to V naught sin omega t. V is equal to V naught sin omega t. And we have also one instantaneous as I is equal to I naught sin omega t. So these two are the formula that is for instantaneous. Now we will see. Yeah. So what will the graph for V is equal to V naught sin omega t? So it is the t and it is V. So it will be nothing but the sinusoidal wave. So this one, and this is the peak value. So this is the peak, and what is that for time? So for time it will be the t and it will be the I, and it will also the sinusoidal wave. So this is for the I is equal to I naught sin omega t, and this is the V is equal to V naught sin omega t. So hope this much is clear. Now as I told you in that question that for full cycle, I will do in the next page. As I have told you that for full cycle, what is the formula for I average? I average is equal to 0, as I have seen in that question. So I average for full cycle will be equal to 0. Now we will see how to prove this one. So how the I average? So for full cycle, how I average will be equal to 0. So we will see. So what is the formula for I average? Because here it will depends on the time. So I average formula is integration of 0 to t, and here I dt, and in denominator we have integration of dt, and it should be from 0 to t. So 0 to t, why? Because we are going for the full cycle, so that's why we have gone for the t. Now here, so 0 to t. Now as I have told you, I is equal to I naught sin omega t. So what I will put in the terms of I? So I is nothing but the I naught sin omega t. So we will put I is equal to I naught sin omega t dt by integration of 0 to 2 t dt. Now what I will do, so I naught is the constant, so I will put aside the bracket, so I naught is constant. Now the left one is integration of sin omega t. So left one, yeah. So I naught is outside, and the integration of sin omega t dt, and the value for the lower and upper bound is 0 to t, and in down we have integration of 0 to t dt. So we'll see. So we have 0 to t dt. Now after that we'll see here. Now so I naught is outside. Now what is the integration of sin omega t? So integration of sin omega t is cos omega t by omega. So cos omega t by omega. So omega is the constant, so I will put it in the down. So omega, and what is the interval from 0 to t, and what is the integration of dt? So integration of dt is t, and what is the value for the integral? So that is 0 to t. Now here it will be I naught and cos omega t. So I will put the value of cos omega. So first is upper bound, so that is cos omega t minus cos 0, because t will be 0, so it will be cos 0, and in down, so omega and t will be, this will be a small t, so integration, now it will be capital T and minus 0, so nothing but the omega t is only left in the down. Now I naught. So what will the value of cos omega t we have to see. So here integration of sin omega t is nothing but the minus cos omega t. So here minus I am taking outside, so minus I naught into cos omega t minus cos omega 0. So now I am going to put the value of t, as we already know from the time. So t is equal to 2 pi by omega. So I am going to put this value. So that is minus I naught cos omega t. So that is cos omega, and t is 2 pi by omega. T is 2 pi by omega minus what is cos 0? Cos 0 value is 1. And in down we have omega, and t value I am going to put, that is 2 pi by omega. So omega and omega get cancelled, and here also omega and omega get cancelled. So hope this much you are clear. Now I will see further. Yeah. So after this, here it will be minus I naught, and what is the here left is only cos 2 pi, correct? So here cos 2 pi. So cos 2 pi minus 1 by 2 pi. So cos 2 pi by pi. So here left is 2 pi, or otherwise we can't, we won't do the t is equal to 2 pi by omega here. So we will directly put omega t, or so now we'll see. Yeah, okay, 2 pi is okay. Now minus I naught. So what I will do, I will push the plus minus into the inside. So it will be 1 minus cos 2 pi. 1 minus cos 2 pi, correct, by 2 pi. Now what is the value of cos 2 pi? So cos 2 pi, we know the value of cos 2 pi is 1. So what will the next? So I naught into 1 minus cos 2 pi value is 1 by 2 pi. So here 1 minus 1 will be 0. So the I average will be the 0. So we have proved how the I average will be 0. So I don't think any doubt will be there. So we have proved how the I average for the full cycle will be 0. Now we will see for the half cycle also. So what will be the formula for the half cycle? For half cycle, we have formula for Ig. For I, we have formula for I average. So what will the formula for I average? So for half cycle, we have a formula for I average is equal to 2 I naught by pi. So this is the formula for that one. So we will derive this one also. So how it has came. So let us take it. So first I will see what is I average. So as you know, I average is equal to integration of 0 to what is the time period. So it is for half cycle. So for half cycle it will be t by 2, correct. So 0 to t by 2, and in I naught. So what is I naught? So first I will see I dt, integration of I dt, 0 to t by 2, integration of I dt by integration of dt and 0 to t by 2. Now we will put the value of I. So what will the value of I? So it is nothing but the I naught sine omega t. I value is I naught sine omega t. So 0 to t by 2. And down we have we will put the value of what is the integration of dt? Nothing but the t, small t, and we have an integral as 0 to t by 2. Now what it will be? So we have I naught sine omega t of integration. So we will proceed. So we will do I naught will make constant. So I naught will be outside. Now what will be the integration of sine omega t? So integration of cos sine omega t is minus cos omega t minus cos omega t by omega. So omega will do down. So this is t. So t by 2 minus 0. So it is omega. So it is capital T by 2. And here the limit will be from t by 2 to 0. Now again we'll put the value of here minus I naught, and we have cos omega, and we'll put the value of both the upper bound and lower bound, that is cos omega t by 2 and minus cos 0 divided by omega t by 2. Now we will put the value of t. So we already know t is equal to 2 pi by omega. So we'll put this value, t is equal to 2 pi by omega. So here minus I naught, and it will be cos omega, and what is the t value? That is 2, t is equal to 2 pi by omega. So so omega 2 pi by omega, and we have one more thing in the down, that t by 2. So we have one more 2 is here, one more 2 is there, and what is the value of cos 0? So we have cos 0 value as 1, and in down also I will put the value of omega, and t is as we all know what is the value of t. T is 2 pi by omega. So 2 pi by omega into 2 we have, so omega into 2 will get cancelled. Now here it will be minus I naught, and here it will be cos of omega. So we will cancel something. So what all we will cancel? So here we will cancel omega, and omega will get cancelled, and 2 will get cancelled. Now I will left with cos pi. So what is the value of cos pi? So first we will put, so cos pi minus 1, cos pi minus 1 by pi. In down we are left with only pi. Now so we will push this minus inside, so it will be 1 minus cos pi by pi, and into we have this I naught is left. So 1 minus cos pi value is we already know. So cos pi is nothing but the minus 1. So 1 minus into minus 1, that is nothing but the 2. So 2 I naught by pi. So this is the value we have for half cycle. So for half cycle we have the I average value is 2 I naught by pi. So this much is clear. So similarly we have the value of v is equal to v naught sin omega t. So what will the value for v average for the half cycle? So v average is similarly we have 2 v naught by, v average is equal to 2 v naught by pi. So you hope you have understood the today class. So we will continue the next day. We will start with the RMS value. Hope you understood. Thank you.